If you have spent any amount of time on the internet, probably tried like a makeup trend or a TikTok hack that went horribly, horribly wrong. And you've probably asked yourself, like, why does every single trend look so bad on me? And it results in you going like, oh, well, I can't wear makeup. Makeup's not for me, or I don't know what I'm doing. And the good news is that you are not the problem. It's just that the makeup hasn't been tailored to you. The makeup isn't just about like copying exactly what you see. It's about translating it or making it your own and making it fit you so that you're wearing the makeup's not wearing you. My name is Megan, and if you want to learn a little bit more about why your makeup is wearing you and you're not wearing your makeup, please keep on watching. We're gonna do my skin today in this video, kind of my like staple routine with all of my favorite items as usual. I'll touch on 3 things today. The importance of placement on your face and what happens if you don't have the correct placement. We're gonna talk about viral product, and I'm even responsible for product going viral on TikTok as well. And then also too, what ties into that is why it's so important that you need to start to learn what your like makeup style or makeup personality is, no matter if you are like a no makeup wearer to like a full-blown like beauty lover, whether you're 20 years old or you're 55 years old. Like it doesn't matter. It all applies. So one of the most important like things in makeup and why it's so different when you get your makeup done professionally versus doing it yourself is understanding the perfect placement for you. And the perfect placement for you, what looks the best on you, is when something is actually catered to your face. Contour is one of those huge things all the time too. There's so many contour trends, contour filters, and not everybody can just go like this and pull a line and have this like perfect contour line. Because 1, what is the shape of your face and how much volume is down there? 2, what even is the color that you're using? Like, does that even make sense for your undertone? And 3, do you even have the right product to blend it out? Those are the things that make your contour good. It's not that you're not good at it. It's just that when you're watching a lot of trends, they're either not explaining that, or it's just not the focus of the video. The focus of the video tends to be like on the actual product itself. So right now for me, I'm using a lipstick to contour because contouring is a technique. It's not a product. And every single, this is what drives me, like, this is what drives me personally up the wall. And then I'm also frustrated for you guys when you're watching things too, is every single person's face is different. Every single person looks different. So there's absolutely no way that contour on everybody can look the same. Even if you put it into like multiple different categories, certain face sizes, face shapes are still gonna do it different. So like there's generic things, like for example, to find the hollow of your cheekbone. When you tilt your head to the side, there's generally like a little shadow that starts to happen, and that's where you can fill your contour in, but some people can't find there. So like, where does it go from there? And if it's the wrong tone, it's gonna defeat the purpose of the contour. I'm almost at the end of my Strobe Dewy Skin Tint, one of my favorite. If you just copy and paste, like literally follow the exact same thing that you're seeing online and you're putting it on your face, you might have got their placement spot on, except it didn't suit your face shape. So it's gonna make you look weird. And then you start to think like, oh my God, makeup doesn't look good on me. I look like garbage, when that's really not the truth. So the more accurate your makeup is to your face shape, the better the makeup is gonna look. That's even before you start thinking about things like your skin type or the actual formulas you're working with. So if you find that you're always second guessing your makeup in the morning, you're getting frustrated, you give up, or even worse, you're at work and you're doing these like constant mirror checks to see if your makeup's okay, or you can like literally feel it on your skin. I don't want that to happen to you anymore. It's very frustrating. I have a free guide of some of my most frequently asked makeup questions to help you guys out in terms of your base, making your makeup last, having flawless application, and then even a little bit on color theory and undertone. It's on my free school platforms. I'll link it in the description below. So if you're tired of being frustrated and you just want an easy morning and easy work day, hit the link in the description below and check out the free guide. This is the Studio Radiance Concealer. I don't fault anybody either for always thinking about things from a product perspective. So trends are usually based around product. They either kind of go like the weird hack route, that's one generic shape that doesn't suit all shapes, or it's the product route. When really the 2 most important things when it comes to applying makeup doesn't matter what feature, is understanding light and depth, how bright an area is and how dark an area is. And you can let me know in the comments below what kind of gets you the most frustrated when you're working, like when you're doing your makeup, because oftentimes when you copy like a blush trend, I'll even use the boyfriend blush trend. We'll do it on myself today. I'm gonna use Pink Sand from Mel because they have really great cream blushes. So boyfriend blush sits a little bit lower on the face, almost like just where a guy kind of flushes. Guys don't really flush up here. They flush a little bit more down here. And that was a huge trend, right? So everybody's checking out this trend of boyfriend blush. But number one, did you even have an issue with your original blush placement? Number two, do you have the right color for your skin tone and for the depth of the color that you're working with? And do you even have the right color for that area on your face? So it's not that you can just take any blush and put it lower because you're working with the correct depth and lightness in comparison to the structure on your face. So it's one thing to be like, oh my God, this blush is so beautiful, let me put it on in this trend I saw. But without the proper understanding or having something customized to you, that's how you can end up very frustrated doing your makeup in the morning and being like, okay, I put it on, now what? And especially if those types of videos are led through like, this is the best blush ever, that's where you start wasting money on a ton of product, or your makeup starts expiring because you're not using it. So like even for me right now, depth is off. I need bronzer, I need to darken my face a little bit. This is Santa Barbara bronzer from Melt. It's kind of like Once Upon a Time when the 3 for your bronzer was a thing. It technically still is, but it might not be the best placement for you. And depending on the size of your brush, it might not work in the same way. So these are all the things that you can end up experiencing when you're just copying makeup you see online and it's not customized for you. Advice that I would give you is let's say you are watching a hack video, whether it's product or placement. Before you go and jump in, either try the product, get excited about the product even, try the product, or even attempt it, you need to look at the person that's putting on. What did you like about what it did to their face? Because sometimes it could actually be irrelevant to this. You could put bronzer on and it could highlight your eye color. So you actually could be seeing that like, oh my God, her eyes look so bright. I really like that. That's what I want. So maybe you don't need bronzer. It's actually like you need to figure out the best eyeshadow for your eye color. And this is how you start to kind of find what your makeup style is, what benchmark items you have. So like what are your ride or die brands or products? And that's how your makeup starts coming together. Love it, lock it in. I need more blush. And I pulled this looks like nothing on camera. I pulled this one out. This is the Romand blush in Blueberry Chip. And one of my like layering go-tos. Pro tip as well. And speaking to like depth and lightness, depending on how you layer your product and what product is touching what affects the intensity that it goes down. So that can also change the perception of color and how you would wear something. That's where I find a lot of people are disappointed too. I worked for MAC for 13 years. I watched it happen in real time every single day of people purchasing an item or needing to see an item and not wearing it exactly the same way as the person in the video for whatever reason. So it doesn't translate in the same way. And there's like disappointment, like, oh, that's not gonna look good on me. But the thing is, it has to be customized to work for you. And you have to give yourself time as well. It doesn't have to be this like long, painful journey of figuring out what your makeup style is or what your benchmark items are or things that you really like. Like I always say, it's using what you have and really seeing, can you perfect it for you? Can you make the bronzer you have do exactly what you want it to do? And do you have the right tools in place? Because once you execute that, guarantee it's gonna go on flawless. You're gonna cut your time in the morning as well, morning, night, or however you're wearing makeup. And that's where kind of the confidence piece comes into play. It was funny, when I was working on my friend Janine, she explained to me that I have a very like ritualistic approach when I do my own makeup. Every little thing means something and goes down a certain way to see a certain texture. Even if you like watching me for that reason, your makeup doesn't have to be that way. So if you're like, oh my God, I love how her skin looks, but like I'm not gonna go through with that, there is a version of this that works for you. So I went to a Studio Fix event the other day where we got shade matched. Guess what my new C2 is? It's N6. I'm very much in love with it under the eye. It's a lot more beigeier and neutral, obviously, but I'm just very pleased with it. Like, I'm so happy with that. Delicious. Delicious. I'm gonna take a little bit of contour powder, so same thing. just in that hollow of the cheek. I'm gonna run it through my temples as well. Love it, lock it in. The quicker you start thinking about these things, the easier makeup will become as makeup just continually pops off every single year. Like there's always gonna be more launches, more new brands that we don't even know about yet are gonna be coming out. The more confidence you have in your makeup routine, the easier it is to navigate. I'm gonna use the Suspended Sparkle Bombs from Mob. They apparently don't come in this size anymore. I didn't know that. I'm just gonna hit the top of my cheekbone. If I did a YouTube live on here, is that something you guys would watch? I know TikTok live really well, but I've never done YouTube live. So I'm like a little bit nervous of like what it's like. But if that's something that you want, let me know in the comments and we can come up with a date. Oh, I didn't mean to put this up here. I stopped paying attention for 30 seconds. Okay, so don't do what I just did. It looks cool on camera, but it's actually sparkly in person. I didn't want that. Makeup mistakes are okay. I'm going to push it into the skin. Oh my God, I love Suspended Sparkle. That's fine. Let's final Love It, lock it in. And let's talk about lip and a little bit more about viral products. Viral products, obviously it ties into what I'm saying. Two main things that I went viral for were Thanks It's MAC lipstick from MAC and Stone lip pencil from MAC. So Stone for definition, Thanks It's MAC lipstick. This is Stone here. This is my baby. This is my ride or die. This is the love of my life. Not a single lip combo will go by without me having Stone. But there was a very specific way that I was using it, and sometimes that can get overshadowed by the actual just like product itself. I'm also gonna use, this is M1990 from Mob Beauty. So this is gonna be my base liner. So when we think about what we said about and even contouring, the reason I was explaining definition so much was because I was trying to explain that the reason I use this lip liner is to add more definition or dimension into my lip. So there's a Stone for definition. So I was basically adding this on my lip where I wanted to contour the lip. This is like so specific to me. This is something I love. This is something that I want to see on every single makeup look I have. I do not feel like myself without this. Like I already feel it 10 times better. It energizes me. So number one, if there's a product that you are using and you put it on, you're like, zone. That is like a key indicator to, that could be a style of product that you like, lip pencils, or it could be a shade that you're really into. And you might not be able to put it into words or like proper makeup terms about why you like it, but it's a really good thing to pay attention to. This sold out everywhere. And people are like, oh my God, this is lived experience. Like I was at MAC watching this happen. And they were like, oh my God, I need Stone. It's for definition. Amazing, great. Depending on your skin tone, because we're dealing with contour shades, so they need to look a certain way on your skin tone. This is not like a defining contour color, especially in a lip pencil, is not gonna work the same on everybody. What a lot of people experienced was being like, no, but I need this because it looks good on Megan, or it looks good on whoever I saw. So to my earlier point, yes, but this won't translate the same on you. So there is an equivalent for your skin tone or your lip tone or the lip color that you're working with that is going to give you that vibe and that thing you want. It's not necessarily the product itself. So that's why I said you really need to look at what it is about the thing that's happening and go, am I liking the actual product itself? Is it something that I've never seen before and I don't have in my collection? Or can I use what I have and get the same vibe? Sometimes you can't, because for example, this is a contouring shade. It has to look a certain way, but it will start to detach you from that immediate reaction when you see a new product online. Take a little bit more. And then in case you missed it, this is my lip gloss shade with Mob Beauty. I designed it myself. It's called Breakdown. I've been so pleased with how this looks on everybody, and it's looking so different on every single skin tone, but it's working. I haven't seen it on anybody yet past NC 42, so I'm super excited to see. Obviously, because it's lighter, you would want to, I did a dark lip combo on my TikTok, but I made it, it's an olive nude but I zhuzhed it up just enough that it can read. It's a little bit more neutral, and the little bit of a lot of black that I have in there is actually really working. I love it. I just mixed in a little bit more of M1990, and then I'm going to take a little bit of Jessica's, which is called Dark Star, and just tint it a little darker, just for funsies. All of the things that you see online, there is a version of it for you. It just has to be customized and tailored to you. And that's why you feel that a lot of the TikTok trends you see don't work on you. They just weren't made for you. And there's a version of it that exists. More blush. I'm just gonna bring it up higher because the lip is so light and I don't have eye makeup on. So if this sounds like you and you are somebody who is like super overwhelmed with TikTok trends and you're sick of only watching makeup content that's so heavily focused on the product itself or the product being the best, head over and join my free school community. This is where you can get tips and tricks and get actual answers to your makeup problems and have them solved for good. And you can hang out with a lot of like-minded individuals who are just beauty obsessed and just want to get back into the love of makeup. The link is in the description and I'll see you over there. Every time I look at this lip on myself, I'm like, wow, yes, I love it. But then I'm like, it's customized. I made it. And I'm very proud of it. My lip gloss breakdown is available on mombeauty.com right now. And if you have grabbed one, I'm so thankful. This was a dream come true to make it. If you haven't seen the video, I talked about my like lore with Mom Beauty and how we got here. So I'm very grateful for you. If anything in this video has helped you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram all under the same name at Miss Megan Robinson. Don't be late for school and I'll see you next time. Bye.